First tonight, a story that boggles the mind, a newborn baby found in a dumpster. Good evening, I'm John McKay. Thankfully, that child is alive, but tonight, police have a lot of questions for the mother. The child was found in a parking lot near the Northeast Mall. Let's get right to Matt Howerton, who's in Hearst tonight with more on that story. Matt?
Yeah, John, police tell me that the mother of this baby is an employee of the Super Salad behind me, and that investigators found her baby inside that dumpster behind the restaurant. We don't know if that baby is a boy or a girl. What we do know is that it had just been born.
Businesses in this Hearst strip mall toss their trash in these dumpsters daily. This morning, police found something more than that inside one, a newborn child. Hearst PD says a pregnant Super Salad employee gave birth at the restaurant this morning and discovered her newborn baby in a dumpster behind the restaurant after a witness called 911. The child is now at a hospital and is in good health, and so is the mom, except now she has some explaining to do.
Hearst PD tells me that it's investigating how the child ended up here in the dumpster. At this moment, it's not clear if it was intentionally placed inside or not. The mother has been interviewed, though, and charges could be filed.
Word of what happened quickly made it to nearby shops, and the most simplest question kept coming up. Why? And consider the heat. The high was in the upper 90s today. We reached out to Super Salad's corporate office in Dallas for comment, but never heard back. The good news, though, tonight, the child found in this filthy place is alive and has a future that remains unwritten. Matt Howerton, Channel 8 News.